everybody, thanks for stopping by the homestead. My name is Sarah from Living Traditions Homestead, and today we are out in our orchard area and we're going to be doing some work out here. We planted 9 trees in our orchard just a few months ago in October. They all came out of hibernation really well and they're doing great. The problem is when we mow around them, it's getting hard to get close enough to them to get all of the weeds and the grass and stuff, and I'm afraid that if we're starting to get too close with the mowers that we're going to start damaging the trunks. So what we've decided to do is to start mulching around them to have the grass die back and the weeds die back. So today we're bringing you along. I know you all like to see the progress that we're making on the homestead and what we're up to. And so today you get to watch us. We're going to be putting down cardboard around the base of all of the orchard trees and then mulching around them with straw. So come take a look. And you know, that didn't take us very long at all. We have some extra hands here. My sister and her husband have come for a visit and they wanted a project to help us with, and so this was perfect. It took us less than 30 minutes. But you know what that means? It means we have a little bit of extra time for me to give you a tour of our orchard area. A couple things about our orchard. It is located pretty close to the house, and we did that on purpose so that as we get older, it'll be close enough for us to still come out here and harvest and be able to still carry the fruit into the house for us to process, can and dehydrate and what have you. So also, we made sure that when we were picking out our fruit trees that we were looking at what varieties would do best in our area, what things to look for, what things to avoid, and that was important for us. Let's start with the pear trees. Our pear trees are right here. We purchased and planted 2 pear trees. Now, pear trees and apple trees are not self-pollinators. They need another pear tree or apple tree to help pollinate each other. So in this case for the pears, we bought a Starking Delicious pear tree and a Honeycrisp pear tree. So hopefully those will do really well for us. We love pears. I love to can pears, and hopefully in a matter of 2 or 3 years we'll start getting some fruit off of those. Back here we have 2 peach trees. Now, peach trees are self-pollinators, but we love peaches so much we decided to get 2 different varieties of peach trees. This one here is a Blushing Star peach tree, and our other one is the Red Haven pear tree. So we're super excited about that. Back in the back row we have planted 2 different apple trees. We have the Enterprise apple tree, which is recommended by the University of Missouri, and then we have the Arkansas Black apple tree, and in between them we actually planted a crab apple tree. Now, crab apples are self-pollinators, but they double as pollinators for apple trees. The particular variety of crab apple tree that we bought was called a Whitney crabapple tree, and they're a bigger crabapple that you can actually cook with. You can make crabapple jam, crabapple jelly. They're bigger, almost the size of a small apple. So I'm super excited to see what we're gonna get from them. Now, apple trees here in Missouri, they suffer from cedar apple rust. We have tons of cedar trees here. There's no way we can ever avoid having the cedar apple rust. So we have some learning to do about how to keep that off of our trees, or if there's an organic spray that we can use to help them fight the cedar apple rust. But we're going to do the best that we can because apples are super important to us. That will just be a learning experience. And guess who we're going to take along when we learn? You guys. So look forward to that in the coming years, I guess. Other things that we planted down here, we planted a plum tree. It's a prune plum tree that is basically dual purpose. We can use it for, we can make prunes, obviously dehydrate them, make prunes. And we can also use it for, you know, plum jam, plum sauce, or other things that I can process and put through the canning process so that we can have throughout the year. The variety that we planted is Stanley Prune Plum. That's what was recommended. If I didn't say it already, they're a self-pollinator, so I only need one tree. Plum trees can get humongous, and that's the other reason why we only planted one. Over here as well, the last different kind of tree that we planted is a cherry tree. Now, sweet cherry trees don't do well in Missouri, like the Bing cherries and that kind of thing. Sour cherries are what do well here. That's good for pies and those kinds of things. I think you could probably dehydrate them and put them in your baking as well. The one that we chose here is called the Montmorency Pie Cherry. That's the variety that we have. And so we're excited about that. Out of all of them, this is the one that isn't doing as well. It looks like we've got growth about 2/3 of the way up, but nothing on the top. So we're going to monitor that and see how that goes. So to be honest with you, that's our whole orchard. We just need a small orchard for our little family, small enough for us to continue handling as we age. Also, one of the things that you want to consider when you are planning what trees to plant in your orchard is time of harvest. Now, I could get very overwhelmed if everything came in into harvest or came to be ripe at the same time. You've got, you know, trees and trees worth of apples and different kinds of fruits to prepare. You know, that kind of makes me nervous. So when we were going through the different varieties that would do well here in Missouri, I made sure that most things were kind of staggered in their ripening. We don't have any more than 2 trees ripening per month, and that's important. I don't want to be overwhelmed. I want this to be an enjoyable process. So keep that in mind when you are picking out what kinds of trees to plant in your orchard. So that's what we have to offer for our orchard tour, and thanks for coming by to experience that and to watch us mulch our orchard trees. If you like this video, if you'd go ahead and number 1, subscribe, number 2, tell your friends about us, and number 3, like and comment, we would really appreciate that. Until next time, you guys take care and God bless.
Hey, thank you guys so much for stopping by the homestead today. We do truly appreciate every one of you for wanting to be part of our lives. We're now going to be putting out 5 new videos every week, Monday through Friday, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button below. Also, don't forget to check out the videos over here on the side. Thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you next time back on the homestead. God bless.